Welcome to healthyayurveda.com. I'm Dr. Mike Dhaliwal, Vedic Sage. Today I want to present to you a scenario that unfortunately happens too often. But first I'd like to introduce you to water lily Kapha. Water lily Kapha has just recently lost about 15 pounds, and all she did was adjust some lifestyle habits. And just after a few weeks, she's felt more balanced, says she's never felt better, and she actually lost weight without even trying. So, Water Lily Kapha met up with some friends whom she hasn't seen in a few months. After the initial niceties, Sassy Pitta goes on to compliment Water Lily Kapha, saying how amazing she looks, and then inquires into how she's done it all. Water Lily Kapha explains that she's been working with an Ayurvedic practitioner and that she's been on a new routine for which she's never felt better in her life. Sassy Pitta inquires further, and Water Lily Kapha begins to explain that she's been eating more pungent, spicy foods. For example, adding lots of ginger and garlic to her meals. She's using Trikatu, which are the 3 pungents, which seems to have helped improve her digestion. She's also thrilled that she's been using a hot sauna. She's been doing moderate exercise, and she's been spending more time in direct sunlight, especially during the hottest hours of the day. And finally, Water Lily Kapha has been using a really special mineral called Shilajit. So, after gathering this information, Sassy Pitta rushes home. She does a quick Google search for Shilajit and various other herbs like Trikatu, and then hops onto Amazon and makes an order. Sassy Pitta's herbs arrive and immediately she begins taking them. The following morning, Sassy Pitta gets on the scale but doesn't notice anything significant. However, after breakfast, she begins to experience some acid indigestion and then begins to notice a horrible sour taste in her mouth. She figures that maybe she isn't taking the herbs properly, so she decides to double the dose and then suddenly feels increased heat within the body. That night, Sassy Pitta has a horrible night's sleep. When she wakes up, she notices redness to her skin. She continues to notice this increased sense of heat within and begins having cravings for ice-cold drinks, which she normally doesn't drink. That same day, Sassy Pitta finds herself becoming more and more irritable and finally has a major blowout with her best friend. So what happened? Did Ayurveda fail to work for Sassy Pitta? Does Ayurveda only work for some people and not others? So, what actually happened was Sassy Pitta wrongly self-diagnosed herself and began a new regimen which was actually contradictory to her needs. Ayurveda evaluates each individual based upon the individual's current state of health, determining if there's any imbalance, and if so, provides a personalized approach in order for the individual to achieve their unique balance required for good health. For example, Vata type individuals are predominantly of the ether air elements, so these individuals tend to express dry, light, cold, and mobile qualities. And these qualities in excess can manifest into conditions of weight loss or emaciation. These individuals often develop dry, rough, and cracked skin. Constipation is common, and these individuals may be more vulnerable to develop feelings of anxiety, worry, as well as developing sleep disturbances such as insomnia. Therefore, when imbalanced with excess vata, one would consider something along the lines of nutritious, nourishing food which is warm and slightly unctuous, which helps to counter the excess light quality of vata, which is addressing the underlying factor creating excess weight loss. And therefore, by considering food which helps to stabilize weight, this is addressing the root cause of that particular individual. Similarly, rest and relaxation is the ultimate treatment choice for Vata individuals who are always moving about, due to the excess mobile quality. However, this advice, which is specific for Vata, would be completely wrong for a Kapha individual who is already expressing heavier qualities. For example, a sedentary Kapha individual who struggles with excess weight may want to consider jumping onto a treadmill versus adopting rest and relaxation as being part of their personalized management plan. Whereas Pitta type individuals are predominantly of the fire element and therefore tend to express hot and sharp qualities. And if Pitta is in excess, these individuals would benefit from cooling measures. And it's this very reason why Sassy Sally began to experience further imbalances. She wrongly considered heating measures which were intended for water lily Kapha and wrongly applied it to herself, which further aggravated Pitta, which can be extremely dangerous and can very well lead to various serious health conditions. So water lily Kapha, being predominantly of the water and earth elements, and Kapha in excess tends to express heavy and cold qualities. These individuals benefit from heating and lightening measures, and this is why water lily Kapha benefited from heating elements such as eating more pungent, spicy foods such as garlic and ginger, taking Trikatu, and enjoying the hot sauna and exposure to direct sunlight. So, these are special considerations for increasing heat or increasing the fire element within, and are only beneficial if there's an excess quality of cold within. However, these same measures apply to someone who already has an excess element of heat within may very well lead to worsening health conditions, which may cause various skin rashes such as urticaria or eczema. This can also cause a whole range of Pitta-related conditions, which could be as severe as causing bleeding conditions. So, the bottom line and the main point of this video is that Ayurveda works. It's just that we may be using Ayurveda wrongly. So before beginning any new Ayurvedic protocol, always be sure to seek consultation from an Ayurvedic professional. Okay guys, this was just a very brief video on the precautions when using Ayurveda. Hope you've all enjoyed, and until next time, be well.